I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. Do you understand?
Show me the money! Show me the money!
This is my full card prediction breakdown for UFC 326. Max Holloway taking on Charles Oliveira in the rematch in the lightweight division for the BMF title. Right? So they've fought before. And all my predictions and breakdown and picks are based on weigh-ins, face-offs, leading up to the fight, and their previous fights and tape study. You know what I mean? All mixed into one. We'll start off with the main event. We'll work our way down. And, you know, we'll show. So first off, here are the main. Here's the weigh-ins. So obviously Max Holloway weighed in first, Drew Dober second, Raul Jr. third, Cody Garbrandt was on point. Donte Johnson on point. Michael Johnson's there. You know what I mean? He didn't beat Drew Dober. Drew Dober's second. You know, he's on point. Drew Dober's wanting it. Cody. You know. So and last but not least, Rodolfo Bellato. You know, obviously, not surprised there. Clearly. Anyway, we'll move to the main event. We'll make our way down. We'll make our picks and prediction breakdown. And let's get into it. So the first, the main event for the BMF title in the lightweight division, we have Max Holloway taking on Charles Oliveira in the rematch. Obviously, Max Holloway likes to keep it on the feet. He's way better striking, slick on the feet, way better boxing than Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is obviously a Muay Thai type striker, obviously an absolute specimen on the ground in his jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? Max Holloway obviously doesn't want it on the ground, but, you know, what Charles Oliveira is going to go out there and, you know, wrestle his way to Max Holloway. He has to close distance to a Max Holloway, but Max Holloway is going to obviously be way better at keeping distance from Charles Oliveira and keeping it on the feet, because that's how Max Holloway likes to fight. You know what I mean? So I think Charles Oliveira, obviously, this is Punches and Profits with your host, Nick Collins. And in Charles Oliveira's last fight, we had Charles Oliveira as the underdog over Mateusz Gamrot. Charles Oliveira, obviously, that was his fight against Gamrot. Gamrot was obviously going to take it it was obviously going to go to the ground. Charles Oliveira, you know, Gamrot needed to keep it on the feet. He wigged out. Gamrot wigged out. He's not, you know, Gamrot's lucky to be in the top 5. I called it. There you go. He'll never be champion. He just doesn't have that next level it factor. You know what I mean? He's never going to sharpen his striking like a Max Holloway, you know what I mean, to give Charles Oliveira problems. I feel like a Max Holloway is going to give Charles Oliveira problems. Charles Oliveira is not going to close distance on him. And I think Max Holloway is going to get himself a TKO, KO victory or a decision over Charles Oliveira. Then there's their face-off. You know what I mean? Max looking like he's about to like fucking... they both look like they're about to, you know, unalive someone. Anyway. And there's Max looking all fired up, obviously. And Charles Oliveira looking all fired up. All right, next we have the co-main event. We have Kyle Borrelho taking on RDR. And I shit you not, the first thing I kept skipping around this fight. You know what I mean? Kyle Borrelho could win. I was backing, you know, I was kind of more leaning to Kyle Borrelho, but then he does this stuff on embedded and shoots a 50 cal rifle in a triple shot. You know what I mean? Just rapid. He tried to snatch it, so he shot the rifle, and then obviously he tried to hold it in and reset the trigger. This is how I'm seeing the video. And then he shot, and then, you know, because he tried to reset. So you hold the kind of trigger in halfway, and you kind of and then you kind of compress it again. You know what I mean? But if you don't do that, and you know, it goes up a little bit, you can accidentally rapid fire it. So you can shoot it and then hold it in, then try and reset it, shoot it again. But then you can hold it in too long and shoot it again. So rapid fired, and he did it it happened. He shot it 3 times. He tried to play it off with his, you know, shoulder. You can go watch the video. It's embedded part 3. He's just doing dumb shit. What are you doing firing a 50 cal rifle a week before you fight? What are you doing? You're an idiot. Anyway, so I think that Kyle Borrelho had a chance to kind of get a win over RDR, but I feel like he's just going to do too many dumb things in this fight. I think that just showed me that he's still going to just be dumb in the fight and make dumb decisions, and I think it's going to let him slip away. I think RDR is going to use his teeps. I think he's going to use his really unorthodox striking, and he's dangerous on the ground as well. So is Kyle Borrelho, you know, and Kyle Borrelho comes out with that karate, kickboxing type wide stance, you know, with his hands down, you know, sniper shot. I don't think it's going to work, because I think I think RDR is just going to move forward with teep, you know, use this weird or unorthodox striking and, you know, win himself a decision. I've got RDR on a decision, moving to the next fight. And this is them. Yeah, this is them facing off, right? RDR's looking at him like, yeah, what are you doing? Kyle's looking like he's just trying to play a video game guy. There's RDR looking like all trying to be fired up, like old man style. Kyle looks like he's kind of taking it all in, like how he always usually does. And then let's move on to the next fight. We have Rob Font taking on Raul Rosas Jr. I think Rob Font, and this is in the bantamweight division. Rob Font kind of accepts being on the ground. He's got very slick striking, very good boxing, but Raul Rosas Jr. obviously wants it to the ground. I remember Raul Rosas Jr. knocking out, I think it was Terrence Mitchell, and you could see him loading up the overhand, looking like he's about to, he's been training that overhand in the back before the fight, on the pads with his trainer. But here, I think that he has had enough time since then, because he was kind of, he was disregarded as getting KOs. So no one really thought he could get a KO or have good, kind of has, at least have some hands. I think Raul Rosas Jr.'s had time to sharpen his hands in the last 2 years and, 5 months. People didn't even believe he was going to get the KO there over Terrence Mitchell. So I think Raul Rosas Jr. can go out there and kind of, keep it tricky on the feet with Rob Font and eventually get to the ground. Rob Font doesn't want it to the ground, but he will accept it anyway, and he'll get choked out. I got Raul Rosas Jr. by submission. And here are they looking, looking Raul Rosas Jr. looking through his soul, looking like he's about to just, I need that neck, you know what I mean? Rob Font looks like he's just there for the cash. He's just like, oh yeah, sweet, and then he's just repping his country. Raul Rosas Jr. looks like he's looking up like, yep, I'm the next champion. And, he probably won't. He probably might. He might just be the next Paddy. Who knows? Moving to the next fight we have. But I've got Raul Rosas Jr. by submission over Rob Font. Next on the next fight, we have Drew Dober taking on Michael Johnson. Drew Dober, obviously, he's got a tank of a chin. He's got a big potato head. You know what I mean? Potato chin. He moves forward. He's like a tank. He has powerful striking. You know what I mean? He's got good boxing. He's slick. He is slick on the feet, but he's kind of more like a marauder. Michael Johnson likes to kind of keep his distance. He's like more of like this long, lanky type style striker. Neither one of the two are going to stand out and be the whole grappler. I think Michael Johnson could potentially be that type of guy and go out there and maybe, try and wrestle Drew Dober, somehow, like just come out there with a different type of mindset. But I don't think so. I think someone's going to get KO'd. I think Drew Dober's going to KO Michael Johnson. I think Michael Johnson has too much. He's put on too much of his plate, and I don't think he's going to get all of it and more served to him. So I think Drew Dober by first or second round KO. There's them there. Drew Dober looks like he's ready. Michael Johnson looks like he's about he's like second guessing himself. He kind of looks like that, you know what I mean? Drew Dober looks like he's ready and he's happy to be there. Michael Johnson looks like he's doubting himself. Anyone else can see that. There you go. And if you back Michael Johnson, I'd be kind of a little bit stressed right now. Anyway, moving to the next fight, we have Gregory Rodriguez taking on Ferreira, Bruno Ferreira. Gregory Rodriguez, this is a rematch as well. Gregory Rodriguez got fucking KO'd, but he got caught like kind of square on and stuck in the mud. But that he always does that kind of, he stops. He kind of like stops and stares like he's caught deer in the headlights. And it was a perfect opportunity for Bruno Ferreira to come in with his leaping, powerful strikes and just catch a Gregory Rodriguez. And that's literally how Bruno Ferreira does it, and that's his strong point. The way he leaps in with because he's kind of shorter. He's shorter for the middleweight division. You know what I mean? It's around 85 kilos or whatever it is. Mid 80s. So but Gregory Rodriguez is a big dude, right? And so he came in. Okay, he was probably one of the last to weigh in, right there. So yeah, it's but he is naturally like a bigger dude. You know what I mean? And he is bigger than fucking obviously Bruno Ferreira. He's going to look massive, but Gregory Rodriguez proved me wrong against Roman Kopylov and got a good decision. That was a good fight, man. Very, very good fight. Gregory Rodriguez played it very smart. But in this one, I think that Gregory Rodriguez can actually do good in this one as well. And I think he can get a decision, a bloody decision, over 3 rounds against a Bruno Ferreira. So I got a Gregory Rodriguez and do what he was doing, in the first fight well before he got clipped. You know what I mean? And I think he can do that, Gregory Rodriguez. But just don't look at him. He looks like he's just like kind of... Gregory Rodriguez looked like he's just kind of underestimating his opponent. Do not underestimate him, please, or else you're going to get fucking KO'd. So if you're backing Bruno Ferreira, I'd back Bruno Ferreira by KO. But in this one, I've got Gregory Rodriguez by decision. Bloody decision, too. But look at him. He looks like what are you doing? Don't underestimate, okay? Yeah, that's what we want. We want you to be, to the gods. And yeah, this guy looks like he's a bit cocky. All right, good. Gregory Rodriguez by decision. Moving to the next fight, we have Cody Garbrandt taking on Zhao Long. Zhao. That's Zhao Long. I think Cody Garbrandt in this one, he's obviously more of the veteran. He's the ex-champion, clearly. And Cody Garbrandt, I think he's got way better fucking stand-up fucking striking, man. I don't think Long Zhao is going to go out there and fucking wrestle fucking Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt's obviously got some sort of wrestling minds. Like, he knows, he's obviously smart enough to know what takedown defense is. Cody Garbrandt's still got it, man, at 34 years old, and yeah, I think that, he's giving away 4.5 inches of reach, but that's okay. I think Cody Garbrandt's going to get a good win over Long Zhao. So I got Cody Garbrandt by winning by any means necessary. I think he's just better all round. He's just way better boxing. He's going to piece up a Long Zhao, man. Moving to the next fight, we have Donte Johnson taking on Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage is always the kind of guy to be game and take on any of these kind of up-and-comers that, are dangerous. But I think he's kind of, he's put too much on his plate at this one, because Donte Johnson's going to come in and he's going to come in and look to clean Cody Brundage's head off. So there's Cody Garbrandt and Long Zhao. Cody Garbrandt looks like he's looking through Zhao's soul, but Long Zhao's proud. He's a proud guy. He's sitting, standing there strong. So it's going to be a good fight. I think Cody Garbrandt on decision over Long Zhao. Moving to the next fight, we have Donte Johnson taking on Cody Garbrandt in the middleweight division. I think Donte Johnson, it looks like all he needs to do is stare at the guy's fucking shoulders and just swing, and that's what literally it looks like what he's doing right now. You know what I mean? It looks like he's just looking through, just like Mike Tyson, looking through the forehead. Make sure you're just kind of looking at the shoulders. Don't worry about the head, because the head that can't move simultaneously. So if you're swinging for the shoulders, above the shoulders, you're gonna hit the head clearly, or the chin. You know what I mean? That's fucking boxing 101. You know what I'm saying? You look through the fucking thing, you know what I'm saying? You make sure you're looking at their fucking... Anyway, looks like Donte Johnson's doing that. He's going to clean Cody Brundage's head clean off, man. Cody Garbrandt is always game, though. So Cody Brundage always in a fight that's going to be a very game fight. So it's always nice to see a fight like that, where it's like two kind of dudes that are kind of like, not really that rated too well, kind of like NPCs going at it. But we'll see if Donte Johnson rises to the occasion and gets a very good KO win in the first round. Moving to the next fight over Cody Brundage. Moving to the next fight, we have Alberto Montes taking on Ricky Tercios. Alberto Montes, obviously in this one, wants it to the ground. He's more of the grappler here in this one. He's the better grappler. But Ricky Tercios, on the other hand, he does have some slick kind of like ground shit, he can pull off, but he's very unorthodox on the feet. He's very much a guy that kind of kickboxing type, karate type fucking style, but he zips around and he does very weird or unorthodox kind of striking, you know what I mean? But on the other hand, Alberto Montes, very more disciplined, and I think Alberto Montes can destroy Ricky Tercios in this one. I think Alberto Montes by first round destruction. I think Ricky Tercios is very volatile though, and he's very he's very versatile, he's very tough. So, Ricky Tercios could stay in there, but I think Alberto is just going to get a win either way. But I've got Alberto by first or second round finish. I'll give Ricky Tercios his thing. Oh my God, look at Donte Johnson looking like an absolute fucking beast of a human being. And there's Cody Brundage looking like he knows that, the day is coming. You know what I mean? Next fight, we have Ricky Tercios taking on Alberto Montes. Alberto Montes looks like he's serious. He's there for it. You know what I mean? Ricky Tercios looks like a backyard fighter, and that's how he always has been and always will be. You know what I mean? So I think Alberto Montes by first or second round submission. There's Ricky Tercios looking like, whatever. I think his last opponent pulled out, so he didn't have a fight or whatever. But moving to the next fight, we have Cody Durden taking on tem-ben-den-gurel. That's, whatever. So Cody Durden taking on tem-ben-den-gurel. I think Cody Durden's a little bit more well-rounded in this fight. I think tem-ben-den-gurel he's good. I just think Cody Durden can push a pace here. He's up against the wall. He's got a 3-fight losing streak. He knows that his UFC career's on the line. And Cody Durden, man, he's still not. He's 34. You know what I mean? He's been around the block. You know what I mean? He's fought some. He lost the decision to Joshua Van. No shame there. He's the champion currently right now. Joshua Van, and he's going to be a good champion too. Jose Ochoa, got KO'd. You know, that's no shame. Ochoa's a little bit of a beast, man. He's like a little mini fucking Charles Oliveira, and you know, got submitted by Alan Nascimento. Nascimento's a beast. So I think that Nascimento, yeah, he's a beast on the ground, but he's absolutely trash striking. So I can't believe Cody Durden didn't actually do anything about that. But in this one, I think Cody Durden is better all round. I think he beats a tem-ben-den-gurel on a decision. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Mongolian boy comes through with the win. So, you know, I'm either way with that one. But I would side with Cody Durden to get a gritty decision. Moving to the next fight, we have Sumudeji taking on Jesus Aguilar. Sorry, yep, there they are, staring off. The Mongolian dude looks like he's staring through Cody Durden's soul. You know what? I'm going to pick flick right now. I'm going to go tem-ben-den-gurel on decision or any means necessary. I think Cody Durden I think he's done here. It's hard though, man. Look, Cody Durden looks like, yeah, I got the Mongolian. He looks like, okay, just by looking at that, I just realized Cody Durden looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. He looks like he's just, but being a little bit scared is good too, you know what I mean? Because it makes you more aware. I'm not really too sure. I'll back the Mongolian by decision. I think he's a bit more fired up and he wants that win. He's 9-1. He should be all right. And he's good all round too. He's not bad. It's a good fight. Moving to the next fight, we have Sumudeji taking on Jesus Aguilar by guillotine. First round. Nah, I don't know. I think Sumudeji is going to get a decision win, I think. But then Jesus Aguilar, that was my first pick. I had Jesus Aguilar by first round guillotine. And I'm going to stick with it. I got Jesus Aguilar by first round guillotine. Look at that guy, Sumudeji. Look at his arms. He's so long. I think he's going to underestimate Jesus Aguilar. He's going to put himself in a guillotine. Moving to the next fight, we have Rafael Tobias taking on Twitch boy Diyar Nurgazai. You know that guy, right? He came in Contender Series. He had all this hype, and then now he can't even get a win. Like, what's he doing, man? I think he got a win in the Contender Series. He's just been getting minced. He gassed out. He's terrible. He looks terrible. And I think that the UFC kind of want him to get a win so they don't look like fucking idiots. But I think that Rafael Tobias is going to come in here, and I think he's going to submit a Diyar Nurgazai. Nurgazai, he's good on the feet, but he's good for half the first round, and then at this point he starts twitching, starts getting pieced up, starts getting hit. He's he's in the fatter side of the light heavyweight division. And look, Rafael Tobias looks fucking like a beast, man. Look at him. He looks like a beast, man. And he looks like he's gonna choke out a Diyar. Look at Tobias, man. He looks like he's staring through his soul, man. Look, there you go. You saw it here first on Punches and Profits. I got Rafael Tobias over by first round submission over Diyar Nurgazai, or second round. Moving to the next fight, we have Fernandez taking on Bilardo. I got Fernandez by any means necessary. He's the wrestler here, and he's gonna, like Bilardo, the Golden Globe winner in Rodolfo Bilardo. You know what I mean, with Paul Craig. This guy, freaking, what's he doing, man? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? He's the guy at the gym that's you'll have a turn in the UFC, have a go. He's the have a go guy, from the gym. So I got Luke Fernandez, and I got him by any means necessary. I don't think Rodolfo Bilardo is going to do anything to Luke Fernandez. I got Luke Fernandez by submission over Rodolfo Bilardo. Or, because he'll have a better positional grappling or decision. Or ground and pound by any means necessary. This is the full card picks and predictions. This is them staring off. Look at him. He's going to get minced. He's going to get submitted. There we go. Looking ready. He looks like he's done. All right, this is Punches and Profits. I'm out. Peace.